What up, YouTube? It's your boy Anime Specialist. This episode was really amazing. I was waiting for this episode for a long time because of what happened between Fana and Mars when they were kids. Let's get right to it, man. So, like I said, this episode was amazing for a lot of reasons, but the main one is because of the emotions behind the characters, especially Mars and Fana, because of what happened when they were kids. Obviously, Mars thought that he killed Fana when they were kids, so he always blamed himself for what happened. And Fana is kind of doesn't remember who she really is because of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, probably Lich. So there was a lot of emotions in this episode, and that's why I really liked it. At the beginning of the episode, we started where we left off. Obviously, Mars and Fenzel were fighting Ladros, and they kind of took him out for a second. I don't think he's out for the count because of what is in the opening and what we saw in the next week's episode preview. Basically, Asta deflected one of the fireballs that Fana threw to Fenzel for him to just redirect it to Ladro. So it took him out for a second right now. So that's why we didn't see him more in the episode. But he'll be back because he's really that strong, you know. But man, the reaction that Mars and Fana had when they saw each other was just amazing. Obviously, Mars has his memory, so he remembers who Fana is. And even when Fana saw Mars, even though she doesn't really have her memory, she kind of knew who Mars was. So I really like that. This kind of triggered some of her memories, and I think she remembered a bit who Mars was. The other thing that I really liked, besides the emotions, was the struggle that they had. Both Fana and Mars struggled a lot in this episode because of their emotions, especially Fana because she don't really remember who she is, and she was really struggling with seeing Mars and remembering some of her memories. So I really like this part of the episode. It wasn't just about the fight, it was about the fight in their head and what they remember. So this part I really liked. It really showed how the characters can struggle in a other way than fighting. Fana has been one of my favorite characters in the show since we saw her for the second time when she was with the Third Eye. She became one of my favorite characters a lot because of her backstory with Mars. So I really like her character right now, and the struggle that Mars and Asta had to stop her because her fire was way too hot. So Mars had to use his fire recovery magic to help them go further, go help Fana. So I really like this part of this screenshot in particular of Mars and Asta. Even with Mars recovery magic, they were still getting hurt. Obviously, we know that Fana has one of the four spirits. She has the strongest one, the salamander. So we knew that they would still struggle. But Fenzo said something pretty interesting about Fana's third eye. He said that there's a magic on this third eye that is controlling her, so that is pretty interesting. I think I already knew that she was being controlled because she's not the Fana that we remember when she was a kid. So obviously I knew that maybe Lich is controlling her somehow. We know now that it's with magic and with the third eye. So we'll have to see how everything is gonna go with Lich. So I really like the way that the fight ended. Fana was actually going to self-destruct like Veto did in the Water Temple arc. In the Water Temple arc, we know that Yami was the one that stopped Veto from self-destructing. And in this episode, it was kind of both Asta and Mars. Asta stopped her magic with his sword, and Mars was kind of uh, taught no jutsu her to stop and to come back to her whole old self. Not gonna lie, seeing Fana like this was kind of weird. Seeing her happy and smiling, and seeing her eyes not hateful was pretty weird for me, because we never saw her face like that before. So I'll have to get used to it. But yeah, man, it was an amazing episode. The way that it was resolved, I really liked it. It was emotional. There was struggle. It was kind of a perfect way to end Fana's arc, even though I don't really think her arc is done, because in the next week's episode preview, it looks like her third eye activates again for a reason that we don't really know. I don't think that this magic that was controlling her is gone right now, because I think the way that this magic can be gone is by killing Lich. That's the only way that I know. But yeah, man, it was an amazing episode. Just look at this screenshot, man. It's perfect. Just the way that those two struggled all their life was crazy, man. Since they were kids, they were in an experiment for the Diamond Kingdom. Mars thought that he killed Fana. Fana, after that, was rescued, quote unquote, by Lich, and all of her memories was kind of erased and everything. And now they can finally kind of rest. This is just amazing. Obviously, I don't think that it's over. I don't think that Fana's arc is really over. We'll have to see next week's episode with her third eye and her relationship with the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Maybe she has some of these memories for the Black Bulls and the Clover Kingdom. I hope that she can remember everything so that we can know some information about the Eye of the Midnight Sun and what happened in the past, because we get a lot of flashback with Lich's people getting killed by a mage. So I really want to know what's going on with that, but we'll have to see, man. Fana is just amazing, one of my favorite characters of the show. In next week's episode preview, sorry, we saw that her third eye opened again. We saw Ladros. Obviously, Ladros, the Ladros fight isn't over. In the opening, we saw him fight against Asta, so Asta will probably defeat him. And I think we saw the end of the Queen of the Witches. So we'll have to see what's going on with her, because she wanted Asta's sword. So we'll have to see what her motivation are. I think that she'll maybe take down Asta for a reason, and we'll have to see what's gonna happen with Vanessa. So this arc is not over. It's not gonna be over for a while, I think. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. Like I said, it was amazing. I do Black Clover reviews every Tuesday, so subscribe for that. It will help my channel a lot. I really like Black Clover, the anime. I don't read the manga yet, but maybe I'll do it in the future. Basically, my channel is about anime, man. Black Clover, One Piece reviews, Sword Art Online reviews, Fairy Tail reviews, and sometimes Boruto reviews when there's no fillers. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace. My bad. One last thing that I wanted to talk about was the soundtrack during the episode, during the fight. It was just amazing. One of the best soundtrack that I've heard in Black Clover. So I hope they keep it in the anime. It was really, really good in my opinion. So yeah, man. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Again. Bye.